Good morning students, myself Dr. Shirisha, Associate Professor from CSE Department, MLR Institute of Technology. In this session, I wanted to tell you about how to write a form validation program or how to do the form validation using JavaScript. So, what is form actually? The inputs that the user has to be given for the questionnaire that we are going to give, right? So, we used to fill all the registration forms mainly in online for every web pages, right? So, we have seen in the HTML part in unit 1 how to create a HTML form using different elements and different properties or attributes, right? So, what is form validation actually with the example program is being explained in this session. So, if you see here, what is form validation? It is important to validate the form submitted by the user. So, suppose if you have a login or a login ID or username or password, okay. So, this is where you have input boxes where the user will enter inputs, okay, and one button. So, submit button or click button we have to use. This is where the user gets interacted with the server. So, the validate the form submitted by the user because it can have inappropriate values. If here the username is XXX but I am giving XXX1, then it should not get submit. So, the authentication is done by using this values that we are going to use. So, this is nothing but a validation that we are doing. So, if you are not giving this access word, whatever the actual ID and actual password, if you are giving, click on a submit button, you are able to get into the page. So, this is where the validation is being done with the correct or appropriate usernames and passwords. So, this is where validation is mainly important for any web page that is going to get created. JavaScript provides you the facility to validate the form on the client side. So, processing will be done faster than the server side validation. So, if we know the client side validation will be processed more faster than the server side. So, most of the web developers prefer JavaScript form validation. Suppose if you are using Apache Tomcat servers and other servers for writing a server side validation programs, so it could take some time. So, the processing may take some time. So, that is why most of the web pages where we use only the client side validations, okay, form validations. So, through JavaScript we can validate name, password, email, date, mobile number, etc. What are the fields that we are going to give? Like we used to give some selection of list where the users can select appropriate selections, okay, so appropriate values that are listed in the selection box. So, in such a way the form validation can be updated, okay. So, this is an example program of how to write a form validation. So, doc type HTML saying that this is a HTML program, okay, and HTML and close HTML at the last, head part. So, in the head part we are writing a function in the JavaScript. So, this script we have started, we have ended. Function in JavaScript is written using the function keyword with the name validate form. So, what is my function? Validate form is my function. So, what we are doing here, we are creating a X document.form, my form. So, my form is a form name. What is a field name? There is a F name and its value. This is stored where X. So, if this value is empty or not, we are validating. So, if this X is empty, alert the name must be filled out and return false. Else, alert success. What is alert? So, you will get a pop-up window with some message. So, here success you will get if you are giving the value inside that, okay. So, this function where you have to access the function validate form is accessed where? Here. So, here in the body part you have given a simple heading H2 and form name what you have given my form. Where we have used this my form? Here in the document.form, okay. And on submit means where when the submit button is clicked, what you are returning? Validate form. Where is my validate form? In my function, okay, in my script. So, that validate form will be accessed. What is there? This F name value should be retrieved. If it is given, If it is empty, then it should be give a alert with name should be filled out. So this is how we are writing input, type equals to text, because fname is text, we are giving text. Input, this will give you an input box, name, fname. So here you will write a name, okay, this is where you will get, and one submit button you will get. Okay, suppose if you are writing AAA, the output will be AAA or success, not AAA. What is the output? It will be success. We have given an alert box when it is input is given. When the input is empty, so when this is empty and you are clicking on this submit button, then you will get here name should be filled out. There is an alert box. Okay, so let me show you this. So here what we are doing, we are using a script here. If you see inside the head part, we have written a script and we have closed our head part. Then we have started our body part. So in the body, we are writing a form, and this on submit is the event that you are event handler. On submit is the event handler in the JavaScript. So on submit means when the submit button is clicked, you have to return this. What is that? Return the function validate form. Where is my validate form? Here is my validate form. What is there in validate form? So document dot forms, my form, name of the form, fname, value. So that value must be taken here, checked here. This is the validation that we are going to do. What is the validation? Whether it is empty or not. If it is empty, then you have to alert with name must be filled out. If it is not empty, then just alert that was success. Okay, let me execute. Okay, so I am putting this as empty only, just submit. So you are getting an alert box. What is this alert box? So name must be filled out. So name must be filled out as the alert box that you are getting. Suppose if I am giving my name or some input. Okay. So when you are giving some name, what happens? So here you will get success message, success alert box. So this is how you have to use a document object model to validate the form. So here this document.forms is again a document object model that we are going to use. Okay, hope you all understood. Form validation. So in this session we have discussed about what is form validation with one example program. Hope you all understood. Thank you all.